In today's video, I'm just going to be building a metal frame on the front of the car. This will be used to hold the front of the car up while all the suspension is taken out the front of it, so obviously you can still wheel this thing around and have no issues. So, quick rundown, I've got some 50 by 25 that I've cut in 300mm lengths. I've also obviously drilled out some holes for them. These will mount exactly where the bumper bar normally mounts, just the same as what this one is. And from there on, I'll just run basically a box section off the front of it like this, the box. Then I've got some 100 by 100 5mm plates that I'll put on the bottom of it, and I'll actually fix these. I'll actually probably bolt these to it. I've got lock and caster wheels, as I said, so we can move the vehicle around while the front end's out of it. So make things a lot easier, make it so I can push her outside and move around and shed without any issues. I will be making another one very similar to the rear end as well, so we can do the same, pull the rear end out, do work on the vehicle so we can still move it around. So obviously everything's cut up into shape, tacked it all together. As I said, it is reasonably square, it doesn't have to be perfect, it is only a frame to hold the front end off the ground at the end of the day. I'll bolt it back on, do a few more of these welds so it doesn't distort while I'm welding it. Obviously I'm not a professional welder, but they haven't turned out too bad considering. A couple of casters are going to be put onto it, rated at 150 kilos each. So I don't really think that should be an issue holding up the frame with no gearbox or anything in it, no motor, all that kind of stuff. So I'll bolt it back on, start some more welding, then we'll have a look at the end product when we get it all off the ground and actually support the weight of the vehicle. So I've almost got it done. I've still got to do a little bit of work to it. I've obviously sprayed a little bit of black paint on the welds just to protect them, give them a clean up. I do have to clean some of these edges up because they're a bit sharp. Obviously, it's not perfect. Other people might have built it a different way, but it's definitely going to work for what I'm going to use it for. Car's obviously a fair way off the ground, so I can pull all the front end of it out. No issues. I can climb under it with no have to worry about jacks or axle stands or anything silly like that. I think this is going to be pretty strong for what it is compared to, well, considering the fact that no motor, no box or anything in it. This car is pretty light anyway, so these little caster wheels are capable of 150 kilos each, so I think that should be plenty for the job. Do have to put a little bit of effort into to move it around. Not too bad at all really, but also I give a bit of a shout out to Robbie at the local Nubco store. He actually supplied me with all the metal for this. Even cut it the size a whole lot. Didn't charge me extra. Did me a really good price on the whole lot. I did actually get the caster wheels from Bunnings. I probably should have done it a little bit different. I probably should have got the metal wheel casters. These ones do tend to squish a little bit when you're trying to move it around, which obviously makes it a little bit harder to move, but at the time I thought they would have worked. They will do the job. It probably would have been just a little bit easier in moving it around the shed when it had metal wheels, but all in all, turned out pretty well. So I may still tidy some of the edges up, give it a bit of a paint, just to obviously tidy it up. We did put obviously these extra supports in it here, so when the car moves backwards and forwards, it stops it from flexing or bending or breaking in the welds or anything like It has turned out pretty well. Part of the reason why I've made it that high off the ground is I can still probably access underneath the car, and obviously when I'm going to try and paint under the engine bay, I would actually like to access it from underneath instead of going from the top. Obviously from when you go to the top and spray painting over it, you will get your arms very close to stuff and trying to get right down in there, get a nice coat of paint on it. So that's obviously another good thing, that I can actually probably get underneath the vehicle, spray the engine bay from underneath, so I'm obviously not putting my arm over anything or airlines or anything like that. So I think that would make things a lot easier, and obviously when I go to do any kind of suspension work with the car that high off the ground, it's going to make life a lot easier. No stands, no jacks, anything like that. I will obviously make some rear ones as well at some stage, so then I'll be able to sort some stuff out with the rear end of it. But at this stage, turned out really well. All in all, I think there was, metal wise, less than $100 worth of metal, including the casters, probably just a tad over $100. Really, that's not too bad considering.
Children are starving and their houses were destroyed. Don't think they could forgive you.
So I've got all the front suspension removed, gave it another degrease, another clean under there. Obviously a little bit easier to access when everything's out. Found some unwanted surprises there when I pulled the battery tray out. A little bit of rust, nothing major, should fix up pretty easy. Left the steering column in it. I am going to strip the interior reasonably soon so I can tackle some of the rust issues. Obviously I've got to repair some of these things where I broke out where the strip bolts were. I got the rest of them out, that it wasn't a problem, but all in all, my stand that I made up worked really well. Got the car off the ground, supported the weight, no issues. So yeah, it worked out really well. Thanks guys for watching. Keep an eye out for my next video. Like and subscribe would be great. Thanks.